Alright, so in this section we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of software updating. And when I say software, I mean pretty much anything, whether it's your operating system, a mobile operating system, or a web platform like WordPress. So one of the biggest problems with software updates is that they are annoying. They can be disruptive. Some platforms require updates more than others, but in the long run, the little annoyances are definitely worth the damage that can be done to any kind of system that's out of date. Hackers will actually study platforms like WordPress and Joomla and other popular content management systems or shopping carts, and they'll find holes in it to maybe steal information or wreck things or just to mess around. So the updates are released so that they can plug up these holes, but then hackers will find new holes. So it's really an ongoing cycle. It's just very unfortunate that there's people out there that want to steal and just mess with people's stuff. So what kinds of software should be updated? Of course, web content management systems like WordPress and Joomla and Drupal, as well as custom systems, shopping carts, and other web software, computer operating systems like Windows, OS X, which is on Macs, Linux distributions, and also mobile operating systems like iOS, Android, BlackBerry, and other customer and product management systems. Why do we need updates? There's a lot of reasons why we need updates, but these are probably the most important and the most popular. Bug fixes. No programmer is perfect, so all programs need at least a little debugging. You release something that's been tested by maybe one department or two departments, and then you release it to the public, and you're having thousands or millions of people test the product, and they might find bugs that you missed. So that's a real popular reason why there's so many updates. Security updates, which are the most important. That's the most important reason to keep your system updated. Like I said, hackers can study software and find the little security flaws, and they can actually ruin your whole system from those flaws. Improvement. Systems are always improving. Technology is always improving. The hardware that runs the software is always improving. So without updates, software would just always be the same, and you wouldn't have any better functionality or user interface. So that's another important aspect. Alright, so when it comes to a WordPress site, what should you update? You should update the core system, which are usually bug fixes, security updates, and major updates. And you would get this from WordPress.org. It's very easy to update. We'll actually go over that in a little bit. You also want to update any WordPress third-party plugins that you have on your site, and you can usually get the update at the developer's website. And you also want to update your themes. If you have a commercial theme and they release some updates, you should definitely look into that as well. Alright, so it's very, very crucial that you back up your site before you do any kind of update, and it's just, I can't stress that enough. When you're working with a WordPress site, you have two aspects you need to deal with. One is the files on the server, and then another is your database, because if you lose either one of these and you can't get it back, then your site's done with. And you can do this a few different ways. You can do it manually. You can get the files through an FTP client like FileZilla, and then for your database you can use something like phpMyAdmin, and you can export your database into one file, an SQL file, and that'll give you all your tables and all your data. And then you can also use some plugins if you want to do this not manually but through a plugin. And here's some links here to some backup plugins, backup WordPress, back WP up free, and 6scan backup. And those are just some that I looked up. There's other ones you may want to look at as well. So that's it. That's pretty much the gist of why and how you would update your software. Next we'll be getting into safe and secure passwords.